Buying your cameras, your lenses, and then your accessories can be a very frustrating thing. Not knowing what to buy, being hit from every angle on buying this, buying that, kitting your camera out to look like this and making it as big as possible is something that we all face. But for the most part, there are a lot of people who really don't care about making their gear look super eccentric. They just want what needs to be able to be done with the gear they have. Slim, quick, let's get it out of the way. So today we're going to talk about 6 accessories for your camera that are actually worth your money. Item number 1 is Zeiss lens wipes. These are just what they sound like. They are just lens wipes, and you can get a box of these. I get them on Amazon or at Walmart for around $3-4 for a box, and all they are is they're wet wipes. I think they have isopropyl alcohol in them that you wipe on your lenses, your glasses, your filters, which is a big deal, and it just makes things clean. And one of the benefits of this is you're less likely to get scratches and abrasions, as well as just keeping your gear clean. Your images are going to come out ugly, soft, and kind of funky with flare if you have any smudges, if you have any dust, or if you have any oils on your lenses. So just make sure you keep them clean. These are a cheap investment. Again, I got this 100 count box from Walmart for $3.97, and it's pretty good. It's been lasting me a while. You don't always need these. Microfiber cloths have their place, but to make sure things are clean, especially whenever I get back from any trip that has to do with anything outdoors, I make sure to blast my lens, the front and the back element, swab it over with this one time if I know that I was in a place that maybe was a little bit dirtier, and I also will use that lens wipe once I'm done with it to wipe down the outside of my body after I blow it off whenever it comes to my camera gear. So lens wipes from Zeiss, big pickup. Had to be number 1 on the list. Second on the list is neutral density filters, circular polarizing filters, or just any kind of color filter if you're shooting black and white film. Filters are a great investment for your photography and for your videography, and depending on what you need for the situation, they always come in handy. Neutral density filters are great whenever you're outdoors or you are under a lot of light and you're trying to have your lens open up to a higher aperture while either keeping a certain frame rate, or maybe you're shooting a film camera or a digital camera that can't go high enough in its shutter speed in order to compensate for the amount of light coming in so you don't overexpose your shot. Now, a CPL filter is something that I absolutely love. My boy Leica Lee put me onto CPL filters, but it does a great job of, number 1, making colors more vivid and helping cut out haze. Greens are greener, sky blues are bluer. It's really, really nice. As well as it helps with your reflections in areas where you're having light bounce off of reflective surfaces. This is good for if you're taking photos of a lake and maybe light's coming in, it's having a real bright spot reflection, and you want to make sure you're getting a nice mirror image of a mountain. I actually use this whenever I was in Olympic National Park. And the last thing is color filters. Color filters, not necessarily for color photography. These are for black and white film photography. I like to shoot black and white film photography, and I use these quite a bit. It helps add contrast to your image or make certain things pop out. Green filters are good with greenery. Red or deep orange filters are great for portraits or for shooting landscapes. It just makes different things pop out, gives you contrast to your image, and I recommend these specifically are shooting black and white film whenever you're shooting in 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock overhead bright daylight. It helps add contrast in that's there during golden hour because of different luminance values and the long shadows. And it helps add that in with something like this. So big ups whenever it comes to filters. Item number 3 is probably my favorite item on this list, and it is one that I 10 out of 10 recommend for every single person. That is these Peak Design capture clips. I've had this for going on 5 years now, and it stuck with me because it just gets the damn job done no matter what I'm doing. If I'm backpacking, if I'm hiking, if I'm doing street photography, if I'm doing documentary work, video, photo, whatever it is, this is always on a belt, on a fanny pack, on my backpack, on a waist strap. It doesn't matter. There are many different iterations of this from different companies, but Peak Design is one that I'm mentioning because I bought it whenever it was one of the first ones to come out. This is actually the V2. And it's worked great for me. I've had it on many different backpacks of many different sizes, many different waist packs, many different belt thicknesses. And this thing just always works. And what this is you're able to take this little guy right here. You're able to slap this on any kind of backpack strap, belt, or anything, and slide this back over, tighten it down, and then you put this little piece right here on the bottom of your camera, and now no matter what camera size, as long as it has this thread for a 1/4 inch or whatever it is, 1/4 20, you're able to then pop this in very easily, and to take it out you just press a little button and it pops out. That to me, it just works. It's just great to always have a second camera with you, and it's cameras of different weights, of different sizes, of different shapes and things like that. It works. I've also used it with my phone, being able to use it as a phone carrier. You know, there's just a lot of applications for this. The reason why I recommend this is because, number one, it stood up to time. I know there's other different types, and I'm sure you could get those and they'd work just fine too, because honestly, more than anything, it's the concept that matters. But this is something that if you have a bag on you, if you're traveling or anything like that, and you want something that's quick, but to be able to get a camera out of your way because you don't want to have a strap on your neck, it's just a good investment. It works. I can't recommend this enough, especially for people that are doing paid work. It's just a great investment. That's all I can really say. There's nothing more to say. It's a very simple product, but it's one that I don't have a lot of Peak Design items that I've kept. Their bags aren't for me. Their fanny packs, their slings aren't for me. Majority of their straps aren't for me. But this Peak Design capture clip thing right here, definitely for me. Recommend, 10 out of 10. Can't recommend this enough. My favorite item on this list. The next item on this list is this right here. It is just a rope strap. Now, you may be saying, oh yeah, a strap, that makes sense. I'm not saying any strap, I'm saying a rope strap. Majority of my straps, except for a couple, actually just one, it's a leather strap from my buddy Chris. Check them out. Wallets, EDC gear, they're leather straps with quick release buckles from Peak Design. They're just great. But this right here is one that I usually carry on basically every one of my film cameras. If a camera is not super duper heavy, I'd say this right here, this Nikon N80 with the 20 to 35 to 2.8D, this is maybe about 5 pounds. So anything 5-ish pounds kit and less, a rope strap's going to be great for. And what I love about a rope strap is it's comfortable enough because it's stretchy for me to carry over my shoulder to go do what I have to do. But also, this is just the easiest one to do and do the Alex loop. If you don't know who Alex Munoz is, he created this. It's called the Alex loop, and all you do is you tie it in a little knot. You're gonna put your hand through there, and now you have a wrist strap that's actually comfy. But more than anything, it feels better than the smaller wrist strap from one location that feels like it's constricting, can't pull away. This just feels right. Let it go down your forearm and whatnot if you look right there. Rope straps are just great. And again, shout out to Alex Munoz. You can thank him for doing the Alex wrap or the Alex knot or whatever it is. But this is the way I carry most of my cameras whenever I'm doing travel work and stuff like that, and I don't have to necessarily have 2 cameras on me. I'll have it just like this, with this on my hip, with this base plate on it, and I'll just smack it onto my belt, and then when I'm ready, pick it up and I can shoot and I'm ready to go. It's just that simple. So really, really good kit right here. Shout out to the inventor of rope straps, whoever that is. The next item on the list actually sits underneath the camera and the rope strap, and it is this right here. And these are Domkey wraps. And these are 1000% one of my favorite things that I've ever gotten. I'm a huge Domkey fan for their bags, but this, I have about 5 different colors and shapes, sizes of these Domkey wraps. And all these are, it's very simple, they are wraps. So you can throw your gear in, and then bam, you wrap it up, and now you're set to go. So I don't have to carry those big, thick, lens cases with me. I don't have to worry about, things rattling around. And these go anywhere from about $6, $7, not the lens, the wrap, all the way up to maybe $20 depending on the size. And they're great. They have a little bit of padding. Again, they have this Velcro on there, and it's just another item that just works. And one of the things that I use this for, pretend this is a stills lens, is if I didn't bring a lens hood, I can make impromptu lens hoods with this lens wrap. And I love it because if I have flare coming in from one direction, I just wrap this around, and then now I can have the flare blocked. I can adjust how far out this bad boy goes, and I can get the flare blocked as much as I need to. It's simple, it's easy. It's one of those things that once you get it and you start taking it with you and you realize that it has multiple purposes, it'll just be easy for you to, find things to do with it. Domkey wraps, huge dub right here. They just work. They keep your gear safe, and they give you peace of mind whenever you're traveling. Shout out to Domkey. I recommend their bags. Trust me, they'll last you a lifetime. Lifetime, not lifetime. Dumbass. Last thing on today's list is shutter release remotes and shutter release cables, like for film cameras, the OG ones. These are just a really, really good investment for multiple things. What I use these the most on when it comes to the digital version, a lot of people think like, oh, this is for selfies or for, you know, starting your own video and stuff like that for YouTube. Actually, no. If I'm shooting with a B camera, if I rent a camera, a B camera, because a client requests 2 shots or anything like that, or multiple angles, this is what I bring. I get a JJC receiver. I have about 3 or 4 of these that are to multiple different receiver types. And then I have a couple of these remotes, and I just plug it into the camera, and boom, now I can start a B camera that's about 40 feet away in a weird place without having to walk over there or having a second if I don't have a second. It's that simple. Click, it starts, I'm good to go. It has a nice cool little red button. I don't know if you can see that. Now I've started up and I'm good to go. Shout out to JJC for making these cheap. You can get these for anywhere from literally $7 to $15 is the max that I've seen them recently. All these things fluctuate in prices, but this is just a really, really good investment because you may use it. Now, again, you can use this to take selfies, like whenever you're wanting to take, you know, family portraits, or if you're looking to record yourself in a video just like this. Yeah, this is great. It's fantastic. And the last one, I actually have it in my hiking bag because I took out one of my cameras this weekend, my Fuji 6, and I was using the shutter release cable for film cameras, or you can even use them, I think, for Fujifilm cameras and for Leica cameras. Shutter release cables, what they do well for stills is whenever you're taking photos on whatever camera you have, and if you have a low shutter speed and the camera's on a tripod, being able to press that shutter release cable keeps your hands off of the tripod and the camera so that you reduce shake. So if you're doing something like a long exposure, if you're doing something just, you know, you have a just limited light, you're shooting at f8 at golden hour and you're losing a lot of light, you only have 400 speed film, 100 speed film, and you know your camera's telling you, okay, you need a 1/30th of a second to be able to take photo of this neon sign. Boom, press that, you're not touching anything. It reduces the amount of vibration and shake so you can get a sharp image. Those are usually going to run you anywhere from $9 to the really cheap ones to about $20, $30 for a really good one. I recommend just getting somewhere in between, but any of them will do. And any of these things, they're not necessarily things you have to buy, but these are actually 6 accessories I would say are worth your purchase. The lens wipes right here from Zeiss are a great accessory. Neutral density filters, ND filters, these are just great. Any kind of filterage that you're using, they're just great when you know what application they're for. Peak Design, this capture clip, or this, I don't know what any of these things are called. I think it's a capture clip, who knows, but these right here are great as well. Of course, you have rope straps, Dom key wraps, and shutter release cables. All of these things have their place in my kit, and these are things that I'm technically always taking with me whenever I'm doing video or photo jobs in one way, shape, or form, or just outright. And so I thought I'd share with you this stuff as well. If there's any kit or any gear that you believe should have been on this list, you can go ahead and mention down below in case maybe it's something that I don't know about. Of course, you have the pens, pencil, paper kind of thing and everything, as well as gaff tape, but these are just the real essentials, the core essentials that I make sure I always have. I'm always bringing a multi-tool of some sort, whether it's camera specific or just a regular multi-tool. I'm always bringing gaff tape or some kind of tape. I'm always bringing Sharpies or some kind of pins and stuff like that. But this is the heart of what I'm taking a course with a lens and a camera. So with all that being said, hope you guys understand where I'm coming from, and I hope this was beneficial or helpful to some of y'all making decisions on some gear to purchase, or if you need to be pushed over the edge to make a big boy purchase on a neutral density filter. Trust me, spend the extra money on getting a good one. This one right here is from Earth. It just goes a long way to making sure you don't have ugly colors in your image. So have a good one. Take it light, but take it.